We've all, if you have not, you've been living under a rock. Okay, so please lift the rock up and come back to earth, okay? We've all seen the TLC movie via TV, YouTube, or whatever. Okay, we all know Pebbles' betrayal in the movie. I talked about it last week. Shady boots, very shady. Well, her daughter doesn't seem to be very happy about her mother's betrayal in the movie. And let's just say she took some major shots. I mean, man. Now I've been mad at people who have said something about my mama and it wasn't true, but listen, she talking about if she see Chilli in the street, quote unquote, she can't wait to whoop her. I said, woo, it ain't that crucial. There's nothing in the world that crucial, okay? Anyway, well, she took it a step further when she said, okay, now this is what she said. She said Chilli, let's just say, how can I put this? Helped her father in a way that was very pleasing to him. Catch. Come on now. You can get that if you know, old enough to catch that. Yes. Well, she said that Chilli had an affair with her father, who her father is L.A. Reid. And apparently, things went down. Catch. Literally down. Well, this is my thing. Okay, and she made some other things and saying that the movie was not, her mother portrayal in the movie was not what actually happened. Chilli and them was lying. They weren't actually bankrupt. They were actually broke, and the reason why they was broke is because they had to pay all these different people. They need to get the story right while they're going around lying, blah, blah, this and this. This is my question, okay? Dear Ashley, okay, now, this was all said. The interview was all said on Reid All About It Radio, which is L.A. Reid's son, Antonio, and Ashley, who is Pebbles, well, their daughter, Pebbles, okay? Where she so-called spilled the tea about, Chilli's affairs and how she slept with these different men in the industry and how when she see us, she gonna whoop her in the street. Well, my question is, boo, okay? First of all, it's not that crucial, okay? It's really not that crucial. Chill out. Okay, chill the whole world out and have a seat. Second of all, how would you know what went on in their business when you were a kid? Okay, so you know how your mother used to say, stay in a child's place? That's where you should have stayed. Okay, yeah, you were but 12 or 13 and you seen different things go on. Okay, we all have. But at the same time, you weren't in the office with them. You weren't with them when she offered them a contract and gave them $23 an hour. What? $25? That's it? They supposed to survive and eat off that? So, Ashley, I think you need to calm down because, you're doing too much. Now, I understand you got your little radio show. You want to get out. You want a pub. Okay, but you trying to get some fame, too. Okay, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to use your mother as a platform for people to realize who you are. Boo, I don't know who you are. And to be honest, I don't really know I really barely know who your dad is. Okay, I just made that up. Don't nobody really know who your mom is. She was like a one-hit wonder. She can't, anyway, we don't even know her. She was like a blurb. Okay, so quit trying to use your mother and TLC as a platform to become famous and to be successful. Be successful on your own. If you want to go out and you want to do something, don't try to trash somebody. Don't try to be scandalous. I understand that people love tea. I love tea too, sipping while pinky is up. Catch, okay? But don't try to destroy somebody to become famous. And Ashley, I think you're doing too much. I think you need to go to the doctor, see a psychiatrist, or how about you sit down with your parents and get it together? Because coming for Chilli ain't gonna work, okay? She already famous. She already got her money. And another thing is you have to be careful about quiet people. Because listen, she'll see you in the street and you get two-piece and then we see you and say, Smokey got knocked up. Oh, sorry. Ashley, get your entire life. The movie's old. Isn't it like going on a month or something like that? Get your life, okay? You trying to go in and say she did this, she had, oral sex with your dad, she did all this other stuff. It's unnecessary. Who cares? Who really cares? I don't, because at the end of the day, you can come out and say Chilli said all this. Where's the evidence? You can come out and say she did all this other stuff. At the end of the day, I'm going to believe them over what happened because it seemed too surreal. Okay? I'm just saying. I wasn't there with them neither. But I'm just saying there are certain things that people say, they're not lying about. Okay? You know. Okay, so Ashley, go find another platform. Go, try for 97.9 to be K104. Go find Charlamagne. Maybe you can be on this show, do a little interview, and get your little fame. But girl, listen, it ain't even worth all that. It ain't even worth the hype. You hyping it up more than what it really is. People went in on Pebbles on Twitter. They went in and they moved on. Okay, they moved on. So how about you do that? And Let the lady live a life. It's already bad enough she's suing media takeout for slander. She gonna be suing you next, honey, since, well, y'all may be bankrupt now because ain't nobody heard of L.A. Reid or LaFace. So, boo-boo, do get your life, okay? And try to find another one. Moving on. Well, we already knew Love and Hip Hop. I didn't watch it Monday. I barely watched it the Monday before last because I'm not understanding. And I told y'all last week, this is some unrealistic-ish, okay? It has to be unrealistic because there's no way a civilized person would, listen, you stand with your back. And I understand that things happen in real life because I've heard of the most bizarre things. You're like, what? Really, girl? That's real? They better get their life. Boo-boo. No. Okay, I've heard it. I've seen a little bit. Okay, but this just seemed unreal. It seems so unreal for Mona Scott to stumble upon something so scandalous like this. Now, I'm gonna give you a little rundown. I didn't see Monday's episode. Can I tell you about Monday? Okay, but I can tell you about the premiere. Okay, because I did watch that. Listen, quick rundown. Okay, Peter Gunz, okay, lives with his baby mama. Okay, have 2 kids together. Okay, boom, bang, got that. Cool. Okay, he has this recording artist who's recording. Sometimes the producers sleep with the whatever. Okay, that's cool. Only to find out that the recording artist who he's quote unquote sleeping with, sneaking around with his baby mama, living with his baby mama, well, apparently they're married. Okay, now this is what I don't get. The baby mama didn't have no idea. Okay, that he was married to this chick. Actually, didn't have no idea, no recollection. Okay, of who this chick was. Really? Okay, listen. As stalkerish as she looked, okay, if you got the picture off Instagram, because she showed a picture of who was this chick with you said on, clearly you knew they were cheating. I knew it was fake. Anyway, Reid Dollars, not Reid Dollars, that's the other fool. Peter Gunz came out and said, for cameras, this is what he put on Twitter. 4 cameras on me to sound, man, hair, makeup, 10 tech shooting for VH1, I'm creeping. SMH. Common sense, people. Basically, he told you the scenes are fake, which we already talked about. I've talked to my friend about that. I was like, come on. This has to be fake. It's unreal. I understand you want a love triangle. I understand you want ratings. Just listen. Just find some. Can we have somebody civilized on TV that's African American? Just somebody, okay, that has a nice quality. I understand each family have their drama. That's fine. Just find somebody who's manly, just have a civilized life, doing good things. That's on TV. You have a little drama every now and then. That's fine. Just count. I think it should be, maybe they should just cancel this show and bring Atlanta back quickly, okay? Or they need to come out with a new one. Isn't she coming out with Houston, LA, and Vegas, whatever it is, honey? Mona Scott, I understand you looking. I love Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Love and Hip Hop New York, maybe I got to watch. Maybe it'll get better. Who knows? I really was turned off by all that. I understand you want drama, but come on. Find something else, Mona. Listen, come out with a wholesome reality show to show somebody, that's African American, have a little some that's normal. Because this is getting outrageous. Then next you're going to have some, anyway, I don't even want to think of it. Anyway, who's playing Olivia Pope? Mama? You should know who she is. Candy Alexander will be playing Olivia Pope's mom. And listen, if you do not know who she is, let me tell you. If you watch CB4, then you will know. If you watch CSI Miami, she was a coroner for CSI Miami for many years, and she did. If you do not know who that is, then she was in What's Love Got to Do With It as Tina Turner, as Angela Bassett's background singer. You still don't know who it is? If you don't know by then, honey, you just need to Google her name. Okay, and trust me, it's not regular Candy. It's a H in there. It's K-H-A-N-D-I. I said, ooh, your mama was unique, honey. She will be playing Olivia Pope's mama. I cannot wait because this heifer can act her whole entire face off. She gives me complete life. And me and my friend was just talking about it on the phone. Where has she been? And look at here. Look at here. Ain't God good? Yes, he is. Because she popped up and she's playing Olivia Pope mama. I was saying that I felt Felicia Rashad should play her mother, which I did. I really did, because she the mama. She was the Cosby. She plays mama roles well. Well, listen, I bumped out of the way. Okay, bye Felicia. Felicia, bye. Girl, we found somebody else. Her name is Candy Alexander, and I guarantee you she's going to give you complete life because she can act. And I'm very happy that they're finding these people who were in the 90s, okay, who can act, who just, they went under the radar, but now they're coming back. They're slowly coming back. And she's one of those people who you saw her in different points of her career play small roles, but those small roles you remember. Like Octavia Spencer, now she winning Oscars, she making money, she might play, the lady from Murder, She Wrote. So she doing it big. All right. Shouts out to Candy Alexander, who will play Miss Olivia Pope's mother. Claps. Y'all better be clapping. Listen. Cordell finally comes out and he speaks about divorce and gay rumors. Well, check this dirt out. I didn't even know this. Okay, and this I don't know if it's true or not, because you got to side eye him sometimes, because he deal with anger issues. He be lying, so I don't know. Well, apparently, okay, this is what he says. He says that Portia is the one who originally asked for a divorce, but could not file because she did not have money for the paperwork. Okay. Quote, when your wife looks you in your face and tells you to file for a divorce, and the only reason she's not filing is because she doesn't have the money and she doesn't have nothing to lose. Are you kidding me? He said. He also took time to deny allegations of, baby, I don't listen. Your sexuality don't have nothing with you being a person. I'm so irritated. I don't care what it is. That's your life, do you? Now, this is shocking. It's kind of weird because, every time you seen at the beginning when she was on there, she was like, my grandpa was the rock leader and, we did this in our family and Cordell. I'm like his doll and girl. Okay, well, listen, you want too much of a doll if you asking for a divorce, catch. But my only thing is, how she ain't had no money? That's what I'm trying to, okay. So, y'all married, which your incomes becomes one when you're married, okay? Unless you got a little secret account, for your shoes and clothes. Bottom jeans, boots with the furs, yes. How can she not have money? She could have easily went to the bank, snuck some in. You know how people do. That some don't sound right. Some don't sound right. But listen, that's not all he had to say. He said he insisted that his wife was a full of freeloader who would not pull her own weight. Really? So basically, you waited all this time to talk about divorce, and you really didn't tell us nothing. You just basically said, oh, okay, well, she's the one who wanted it, and the only reason why she didn't get it is because she didn't have no money. Cordell, I think you should have came up with, child, you would have been better off just being a bad person because you say I'm retarded. Now, if it's true, then, Portia, I need you to quit crying every 2 seconds on Housewives of Atlanta, and that was just the first season, and you like, and I was just in it. Yeah, so listen. Tea time will be spilled. What you do in the dark will come to the light. So, Portia, listen, if it's true, you better get a Twitter. You better tweet something. You better Instagram a picture of you doing something correct because, hey, either way it go, Cordell, you still look bad. I mean, who divorces their wife via Twitter? Really? You still look like a very, very bad person. So, I think you would have been better off looking bad and just not saying other than you saying the reason why she didn't get a divorce because she ain't got no money. Thank you, silence. Catch. Anyway, that's it for Get Right, and I got some more music coming. Listen, I got the lovable, the incomparable, the sexy bear, Dre Levert, thinking about you. You tuned into It's Just the Chemicals Reaction. That was Get Right, and